So you're thinking of moving to Plantation, Florida. Well, I have a treat for you. I am going to take you inside my computer and show you everything that you need to see on Google Maps. This way, you'll get an idea of the neighborhood. You'll get an idea of what's around the neighborhoods, how far away the airport or the cruise port is. I'm going to show you all of that, but I want you to stick around to the end because I am going to share with you something that not many people know about the city of Plantation. So let's get to it. So if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is about living in the city of Weston, or in this case, Plantation, Florida, go ahead and subscribe, ring the bell, so that way you have the most updated market information available to you. My name is Athena Chalikas Barocas. I am with the Moving to Weston team. I get calls every day from people like you who are thinking of moving in 9 days or 90 days. It doesn't matter. Feel free, reach out, drop me an email, a text, or book an appointment. I would love to make your move to Weston and its neighboring cities a smooth move. Okay, so here we are inside of Google Maps, and we have Plantation outlined in the little red dots. What you're going to notice is Plantation is centrally located, not only within Broward County, but within Southeast Florida. So it makes it an ideal place to live and to be able to still get around and do all those things that South Florida has to offer. For example, if you wanted to go north toward Palm Beach, you're about 20 minutes to 30 minutes away, and there's so much to do up there. If you wanted to head out to the beaches, we have Dania Beach straight shot across over to the A1A and the beautiful turquoise water. From there, you can go north and south, up and along the coastline to all of those fun little cities, all those beach towns, all those restaurants, and just have a beautiful day. If you wanted to head south toward Miami, you can do that as well. You're about 45 minutes to an hour away, depending on how far south you wanted to go and exactly what you want to do. But as you can see, it's right in the middle of everything. Now, let's talk about one thing that I absolutely love, because here in South Florida, we love our cruises. And where is the cruise port? It's right here, Port Everglades. Again, maybe 25 minutes away. It is so convenient. So as far as getting a location in your bearings, it's an absolutely easy city to go north, south, or east toward the water. All right, we were talking how it's centrally located, the city of Plantation. Well, it's also convenient to the airport. Now, your number one airport you're going to want to consider is the airport of Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale is right here. And this airport used to be a sleepy little airport. No, not anymore. It's an international airport. So for the most part, you'll be able to find a flight to your destination from Fort Lauderdale. If you cannot, you can always make your way down to Miami. But let's talk about Fort Lauderdale first. So the best way to get to Fort Lauderdale is right here off of 595, which crosses over 95 right here, which we're going to come back to in a little while, but it takes you right into the airport. So on a good day, maybe about 20 minutes if you're going through the commuter rush, or you're going through the school zones, or if you're just, if there's an accident or something, plan on 30 to 45 minutes. But again, 20, 25 minutes on a good day. And you're just going to drop down from wherever you are, whether you're in the north part of Plantation or you're all the way west. You're just going to simply drop down on 595, go east, cross over 95, and there you are, right here in the Fort Lauderdale airport. It doesn't get any easier than that. Also, the good part of using the Fort Lauderdale airport, in addition to it being very convenient, is that there are garages. They have 3 garages, so it's great for short-term parking. You can park, walk across the bridge, and you're right there at the terminal. You don't have to wait for shuttle buses or anything like that. So it's super, super easy. And of course, we love our Uber and Lyft. Another great option. Next, we're going to talk about the Miami airport. Okay, now let's talk about the Miami International Airport. Fort Lauderdale isn't going to work for you, Miami is your option. Well, I want to share with you how to best get to the Miami airport. The Miami airport is right here. So it doesn't look too far, but you have to be cognizant of the commute and also the amount of traffic that happens to take place in the Miami-Dade County. It is sometimes a parking lot. So the best way to get to the Miami airport is to go west, get onto 75, drop down, get onto the Palmetto, and make your way. If that is too busy, you're going to come down and you're going to go further west, I know, and then you're going to take 27 over. That's going to be your best way to get to the airport. The reason is that if you think of coming down here over here, you go, oh, look at 595 to 95, straight down into the airport. Well, that route looks really, really nice, especially if you are on the east side of Plantation. The problem is 95 is a nightmare normally. So you want to avoid 95 at all possible costs, especially during the commute time. But even in the non-commute time, traffic can be a little heavy. So stay over on this side. This is going to take you about 45 minutes to an hour, regardless if you're on 75 to the Palmetto or you're taking 75 and you're jumping off on 27. Regardless, you are about 45 minutes to an hour away. And you want to be cognizant of the time because 27 has a lot of lights, lots of big trucks, lots of semis, lots of quarry movement. So it's a very busy road for commerce. And the Palmetto is a very busy road for commuters. So again, please make sure you look at your apps and you're planning accordingly. You do not want to miss your flight. Okay, that's it for the airports. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at the city of Plantation. We talked a little bit about the convenience and it's being centrally located, whether you want to go up to Palm, whether you want to go out to the beaches, or you want to head down to Miami. We also talked about the 2 airports and the cruise port, so all super convenient. But now let's dive into the city of Plantation so we get a better idea of what makes the city of Plantation so special. Well, the first thing I'm going to say, there is so much to do. So I thought the best way would be maybe to start on the very west side and work our way east. And I think it's going to keep us really organized and be able to point out some really fun areas as well as some neighborhoods and some facts that you may find very interesting or may want to consider when you move to here to Plantation. Okay, first of all, I want to point out Markham Park. Markham Park is not in Plantation, but it's right next door. It's an important park to a lot of the cities that are suburbs of Fort Lauderdale, such as Weston, Pembroke Pines, Davie. Everybody loves this park. It's 666 acres of fun. So no matter what you want to do, you can find it in Markham Park. They have mountain bike trails, easy, medium, and very difficult in that park. They have remote control airplanes, those big airplanes. You can see those flying around. Lots of fun. Bicycle trails. They have disc frisbee. They have shelters. They have a dog park there that is outstanding. There's so much to do in Markham Park. Now, next to that, we have IKEA, but we also have the #1 shopping area, I think almost in the United States, they tout them for Sawgrass Mills Mall. This is both an outlet area where you can get your huge designer brands, and they have, it's an outlet, so you get these great prices on whatever they're trying to promote or move through inventory. But you have all of the name brands out on the Oasis walkway. Inside the mall, you have hundreds of acres of shopping. So what happens here, to give you an idea, a lot of our patrons from Latin America will come up with empty suitcases or buy a suitcase and fill it with all of their shopping items. We go there all the time as South Floridians. It is a great mall. And not only does it have the stores, but it has restaurants, it has bars. It's a great place to be. So shopping, dining, lots of fun. So now let's make our way into Plantation. The first place I want to start with is right here. This is Lago Mar. Lago Mar is a private golf course, but it's also open to the public. So it's kind of got a little bit of a yin and yang. It prefers to be private. It has a gate It has beautiful homes in there. So it's a really nice place to golf. If you are a golfer, this is one of 3 golf opportunities you have in the city of Plantation. So again, Lago Mar. Okay, now I want to introduce you to a neighborhood, Plantation Acres. This is a very unique area here in South Florida or in the city of Plantation. So let me show you this. Right here we have Plantation Acres. Plantation Acres used to be a huge equine community, a horse community. If you think about it, this whole area back in the 50s and 60s was very rural, extremely rural. So horses were very popular, not only in the city of Plantation, but also in Davie, which we'll discuss in a different video. But the equine lifestyle was thriving here. We still have the equestrian center. And this is a very important part of not only the history, but of today's equine community. So it's a huge park where you can trailer your horse in, you can ride your horse in, but it's one of our last equine centers. So it's a little sad to see it being our last one. But I want to talk a little bit more about Plantation Acres. The homes that are here are unique and they're desirable because most of the homes are on 1-acre lots. This is the way the community was developed. So we have the 1-acre lots with homes on there that are a little bit outdated, a little obsolete for the times. So we're seeing that these homes are being sold for somewhere between high 1 millions. Okay, so maybe 1.1 to 1.6. A lot of builders are coming in and scraping those, building these beautiful, absolutely beautiful modern homes and selling them anywhere between 3 and 5 million. So we are really seeing a change within Plantation Acres. But if you're looking for one of those beautiful homes that are a little bit more ranch-like, have a little bit more history, then this could be a good option for you. Right here, we do have American Heritage. It's the #1 private school in the area. I believe it's rated 2 or 3 in all of Florida. It's a private school. It's K through 12. This is probably the most desirable school in South Florida within Broward County. So go to greatschools.org or niche.com and take a look at the ratings of that school. Now I want to move us over a little bit more toward the east. So let me clean this up a little bit. Okay, so now I want to move us over here to give you an idea of the different neighborhoods. Plantation has higher prices than some of the other suburbs of Fort Lauderdale. And that's because we have more young professionals moving into the area and investing not only in their homes, but in schools, in the community, in restaurants. And there's so much money coming into Plantation from the young professionals and their families. So Plantation continues to evolve. Okay, now I want to show you a different type of community. In Plantation, we have more young professionals moving into this city than some of the other cities. So that's bringing a little bit more wealth. We just talked about Plantation Acres and that, and the involvement of that particular area. Now I want to talk to you about this one. This is called Hawks Landing. It's a community, it's gated. The homes are larger. Most of them have pools and most of them are on a lake, if not all of them. It's a very exquisite community. These homes range between $1 and $3 million. But now if we go just a little bit north, we're in Nob Hill. And Nob Hill is another community of smaller type of homes. Now, when I say smaller, I mean maybe the 3-4 bedrooms, anywhere up to 2,500 square feet under air. And you'll find these under $1 million. So definitely affordable. And if we go a little further north, we're in the community of Bridgepoint. And here we are able to find single family homes under 600,000. So as you see, we have a lot of diversity in home prices here in Plantation, and that was only one example. And as we move a little further east, we're going to be able to see that we have townhomes, we have villas. So there's different types of housing available, and they were all built at different times. So it's kind of exciting. Now I want to move over to a different area for you. All right. Now that we talked about Plantation Acres and some of the diversity in home prices and different types of communities, I want to take us over here to Central Park. Central Park is a hubbub of activity for Plantation. It's a community, so you'll find homes there, but it also has what's named after a Central Park. It's a huge park open to residents. It has the swimming pools, the tennis, the pickleball. It has music in the park. They have farmer markets there. It is a hubbub of activity. You'll also find some restaurants. You'll find food venues. You'll find food trucks that sometimes, depending on the time of the year and what activity is taking place. But Central Park is the place to go. Ice cream. There's so much to do in this area. And you can bike there, you can ride your skateboards out there. It is fun for adults and for the younger, people. So it's a great location. Now I want to talk about something else. We talked about the fact that there are 3 golf opportunities. Okay, so we're going to talk about golf. I don't know about you. I love playing golf. I love playing on a good course. And Plantation has 3 courses available inside of this city of population about 93,000 people. So again, if you're looking at Plantation and you like golf, this could be a great fit. Okay, so over here, we talked about Lagomar. How Lagomar is, a little bit of a yin and yang. It's definitely private. It's a private home community, and it does have a golf course. The priority will go to the members at the golf course, but if there are openings or if you want to come and play with someone, you can. You can also book it as a public tee time. So you have those opportunities. It's a very, very beautiful course. They have the PGA and LPGA instructors there. You can also book an instruction without being a member of the Lagomar. So it's a great opportunity. Another one where I play, which I enjoy, is Plantation Acres. It's a great 18-hole public golf course. This is a little bit challenging, not a lot of water, but the terrain moves. And so you have a lot of great challenging holes on here. This course is really well designed. You have some island shots, but it's really nice. And it runs throughout the community. So you have some pretty homes around it. You have a lot of ecological sites. There is a preserve on there. So sometimes you'll see little bunnies running around, but it is really a nice, peaceful course, completely public. So that is a great course as well. Okay, now the third course is really quite beautiful as well. It's Jacaranda, and it's right here off of 595. You have 2 courses at Jacaranda. So again, plenty of golf opportunities. So if golf is your game, we got you covered here in Plantation. Okay, now that we covered golf, let's go back to our map. Sorry, I get excited. I love golf, and I just love the fact that Plantation has 3 different golf courses to choose from. So now we're back here. We talked about the Jacaranda Golf Club. We were over here at Hawks Landing, and we're coming straight across Broward. As we come across Broward, I want to backtrack a little bit because I failed to share this with you, and I love this place. It's shopping, of course. Well, how would I not love shopping? So anyway, let me go ahead and pull out my pen. What I have here as you come across Broward is this whole area. This is Broward Mall, the Fountains. The Fountains is an outdoor shopping plaza where you'll have a lot of different kinds of boutique shopping there, a lot of stores, lots of restaurants. Here they have outdoor entertainment. Sometimes you'll hear music at night during the winter hours, so it's really quite nice. We have the inside mall, Broward Mall. Dillard's, Macy's, those are some of the anchor stores. But inside, as you're walking around, you'll find a lot of stores that you'll enjoy, as well as some of the regular, box stores. So you get a little both. You get a little boutique shopping, you get a little bit of standard indoor mall shopping, lots of restaurants. And again, we're right here between the 2 golf courses and super, super convenient to all of Plantation, regardless of where you live. Now, if I keep coming over, it even gets a little bit more fun. We have another park here called Plantation Woods. This park is great. It has bicycle trails there. It has a splash pad for the kids. It's a great community park. We also have the Plantation Heritage Park over on this side. Again, a nice little community park. So as you can see, there is something to do everywhere. And we even have Costco. So here we are. This is University, and University is super, super busy. It cuts Plantation not in half, but it's the main thoroughfare if you want to go south in across the highway of 595 and you want to head into maybe Cooper City or Davie. You're going to take University. You're going to head south. University though is very, very busy. So again, timing is everything when you're moving through Plantation going north to south or east and west. So there's a Costco here, which is really convenient. There's the other Costco that we have in the area is going to be out by Pembroke Pines West. So, you're right here. You have your Costco, you have your Walmarts, you have boutique shopping, you have your indoor mall, you have your outdoor mall, you have shopping galore, and you have lots of parks. So let me just pull up the map in its entirety and we'll have one more chat about it. Okay, so here we are right back at the larger map. We moved our way all the way from the Sawgrass Mills, Markham Park to the west, and all the way east. We talked about shopping, we talked about airport, we talked about central location. There's just so much to talk about. Some of the things I did not mention is some of the schools. Plantation has a lot of schools, a lot of elementary, middle, high schools, private schools, denominational schools. They have a host of different types of schools. So there is something for everybody. We also have hotels out here. We have the Sonesta, we have Hyatt, we have Holiday Inn. So if you have family coming out, it's an easy place for them to stay if that's the desired arrangement. So you really can't go wrong. Plantation just has a lot to offer. Well, I hope you enjoyed the Google tour of Plantation. I hope it answered a lot of your questions, but I'm sure you're going to have a lot more. So go ahead and drop me an email or send me a text. I would love to answer your questions. Plantation, Florida is a fantastic place to live, but like anywhere, it has its ups and its downs. I'm going to share with you a few things that I love about Plantation and some things that you may want to consider. Okay, let's get started. We're going to talk first of all about its location. Plantation, Florida is centrally located within Broward County, but it's also centrally located between South Florida, meaning right above it is about equidistant to Palm County and below Miami. And then you have the beaches to the east. So you cannot be more than 25 minutes to 30 minutes from anywhere for the most part. So let's talk about some of those destinations. The Fort Lauderdale Airport on a good day is about 20 minutes. On a crowded day, you're looking between 30 and 35 minutes. Palm Beach Airport is a neighboring airport. It's about 45 minutes away. It's probably your number 3 choice because it's a smaller airport and it's a little bit further north. Secondly, you have the Miami International Airport. It's due south. It is about 45 minutes to an hour on a good day, but that's where you're going to have a lot of your international flights from. But let's not forget about Port Everglades, our cruise ship hub, where you see those beautiful ships go out. And all of us in South Florida, we love our cruise ships. Port Everglades is 20 minutes away. So as far as being centrally located, you can't do better than Plantation. Okay, now I want to talk about the fact that South Florida and the state of Florida does not have any state income taxes. That's right, it's a big fat zero. So some states like California or New York, they're paying anywhere from 6 to 15% in state taxes. That's incredible. This is one of the reasons that we see a big influx of people coming into the state of Florida, especially South Florida. So, we've had an influx of people since the pandemic, right at the second half of the pandemic, following the pandemic, and today. Why? State income taxes, the cost of living is a little less expensive than maybe California or New York, where you have state taxes that are in the double digits. So right there, you have a huge savings. Also, you have to remember that for our retirees, their retirement income is not taxed, whether it's Social Security whether it's a withdrawal for a 401k, it's a pension, none of this retirement income has state tax applied to it. So for retirees, this could be an excellent benefit. Or for those who are ready to begin to plan for retirement and buying homes, getting ready for that big move, whether it's full-time or part-time. And here in South Florida, part-time living is 100% acceptable and doable. So we do have what we call our snowbirds, and it's a really good thing to be able to live in 2 states and take advantage of the weather in both states. Now, the flip side to that, we do have no state taxes, but we do have a higher cost for home ownership. And that's because our taxes are a little bit higher, but our cost for insurance is high. So you do want to factor in both sides of it when you are looking for a home. Now, hurricanes are part of South Florida and the cost of insurance, but it's no different than living maybe in Tornado Alley or living in California with the wildfires, or living anywhere where you have, Mother Nature doing what she does and causing a little chaos. So those are the 2 points. You have no state taxes, but there's also a higher cost in some of the other factors for living here in South Florida. Okay, now I want to talk about schools. For families moving into Plantation, that topic of schools could be very important. So let's talk about the quality of schools. This is something you're going to want to go to niche.com or greaterschools.org and really drill down to the part of Plantation you think might be more desirable for you and compare the schools to those locations. So some of the schools are very good. Some of the schools are below par. And that's just something we're contending with. As more families are moving in, more professionals are moving into Plantation, we are seeing a shift. It's been a continuous shift. Those young professionals are high earners. High earners have different types of expectation for their family and for their community. So we are seeing a shift. But today, you definitely want to go to greatschools.org or niche.com and research the schools that are around the areas that you think are most desirable to live in Plantation. Now, with that said, we do have lots of choices when it comes to elementary schools, public middle schools, public high schools, but we also have private schools, denominational schools. We have language schools. So there is a great diversity in the types of schools and education that you can offer your children if you decide to move to Plantation. Actually, one of the best schools, the number 2 school in all of Florida, is the private school called American Heritage. And it's right here in Plantation. It is an excellent school. It's an excellent school for sports. It's an excellent school for academics. So it is the number 2 school in the whole state of Florida for a private school. So again, we have some awesome choices. The con is they're not awesome throughout the city of Plantation. So you just have to do your research. Okay, weather is super important. It's a great topic. South Florida is its own microclimate. And I do want to explain this to you because it's good whether you're in the season of humidity or you're in the season of non-humidity. So in our season of humidity, it is hot, okay? It is hot, 90 to 100. Humidity factors over the 80s, it's steamy. But I'll tell you something, it is the best time to do what we love, and that is to be at the water. So whether you're going to one of the fabulous beaches, you're going to a beach and a tiki bar, you're going to the pool, hanging out with your friends, having pool parties, kayaking, renting a boat and being on the water. We love the summer for the water activities and the relief it brings. Also, South Florida is really great with its AC. You can go from store to store. I go from my Tesla air-conditioned car into a store, come back, my car is full. I'm not missing a beat. Okay, but I have to be honest. I am a Northern California girl, and I love being outdoors all the time. So when that humidity breaks, and we're talking about the end of April, maybe May, somewhere in that time frame. Summer has started, but now it's going to break. So now we went from May through September. Okay, end of September, October, we're getting into the cooler months, the non-humid months. And that is when everybody in South Florida comes out. We're going to the farmers market, bicycling, hiking. We're just still doing water activities. We are riding our bicycle in the parks, on the street. We're playing tennis. We're playing pickleball. Everybody is out doing something. It's like camp. You know, like when you're small, you went to camp. That's what South Florida is like in the winter. It is so much fun. The bars are open. Happy hour is going on. Everybody is outside, and it is a great time. Now, January and December can be a little cold where you're actually putting on a sweater. I've seen girls with their Uggs on. I haven't gone there yet, but it's a great place. The weather can go either way. So when it's hot, it's okay. We have things to do. When it's not as hot, when the humidity is down, we are out playing and having a good time. And again, December, January, a little chilly, put on a sweater. It's really nice, sit out by the fire pit. You know, South Florida has the weather for year-round activity. Okay, now I want to talk about shopping and restaurants. We are very diverse in the city of Plantation. Actually, most of throughout South Florida, you're going to find great diversity. But in Plantation specifically, we have a lot of young professionals moving in. We have a lot of young professional families moving in from all over. And so we have multicultural events. We have different languages we hear all day, different foods. It's just a fun, vibrant area. So to give you an idea, let's talk about shopping. Who doesn't want to talk about shopping? Well, we have a couple of great opportunities. First of all, we have Sawgrass Mills Mall. Huge enterprise. We have within the mall an area called the Oasis, and the Oasis is the discount outlet for the high-end designer brands. So if you're looking for a designer brand, you'll probably find it at Sawgrass Mills at the Oasis. Outside of that, we have an indoor mall there. It is absolutely huge. Do not wear high heels. Do not wear wedges. You need to wear tennis shoes because you're going to be walking very, very far with all these wonderful shops. Actually, a fun little tidbit is that a lot of our friends from Latin America come up and they either bring empty suitcases or they buy a suitcase there and they fill it with all of their shopping for like a 2-day shopping, shopping spree. And it is fun. But if you ever need anything, you go to Sawgrass Mills and you can spend a day there. There's restaurants, there's bars, there's so much to do. So Sawgrass Mills is there. We also have the Broward Mall, which is an indoor mall with the anchor stores of Dillard's and Macy's and everything else that you need inside. So, it's your traditional mall. It's there. It's nice. We also have an outdoor mall right across, which is called the Fountains. So you have more of your boutique shops, you have some restaurants there and some music at night. So you have that. We also have our Costco and our Trader Joe's and our Whole Foods and the Publix. Everywhere you go, there's a Publix. So shopping is not a problem. It's actually a pleasure in Plantation because you don't have to leave the city to find exactly what you're looking for. Okay, so let's talk about restaurants. I had mentioned that Plantation is culturally diverse. Well, that goes right down to its restaurants. You will find all types of different ethnic foods. You'll find your American food, Mexican. We have a great Peruvian. We have Thai. We have it all. Indian. Whatever you may want, we have in Plantation. So it is great. One of my favorite restaurants is a Mediterranean restaurant. Best skewers with the baba ganoush and the hummus and the pita bread. Oh, it's delicious. But whatever you are craving, you can find in Plantation. Now, that's not to say there's not a couple of upscale restaurants. Just opened a couple years ago is Calouse. And Calouse is a very famous high-end restaurant on the Intercoastal in Fort Lauderdale. Well, they opened one here in Plantation. It's a great place to go for those special dinners, whether it's a birthday, an anniversary, a celebration, or maybe just a nice romantic date night. So it's a great restaurant, and we have other high-end restaurants here as well. So you can never go hungry in the city of Plantation. Okay, I want to talk now about traffic. Traffic is an important piece of information for you to have when making a decision to whether or not Plantation is going to be the right fit for you. As I mentioned, it's centrally located. but it is in Broward County. And given its, location, it's very easy for those who are living or commuting on the west side, up and down, north and south toward Miami, to get to Plantation quite easily. However, you're on the east side, you have to take 95. 95 north to 595 west. Okay, 95 north is a nightmare during commute hours. So you don't want to be on 95 going north nor south during commute hours. So if you have a job that doesn't require you to be there during the regular business hours and you have flexibility, it's perfectly fine. But if not, Plantation may be a little bit more time that you're going to need to plan for, or you may decide that Plantation's not going to be the right fit depending on where you are commuting from. So that's important to know. However, again, if you're not during the commute hours, you're centrally located, it makes no difference. But I do want to talk about the traffic within Plantation, because Plantation is a gateway everywhere, north, south, east. You are going to have a lot of people trying to either transit or people that are residents of Plantation trying to exit. And so the best way I can put this is watch your time on your app, because there's a couple streets that need to be recognized. The first one is University. University cuts north and south through Plantation. It is always busy, and that's going to take you out to 95. So if you're not going to 95, avoid University. You do not want to be on University. You want to avoid University at all costs. But if you do need to go through on University to get through maybe to Costco or to some other shopping, or to go south into some of the other suburbs, just go during non-commute hours and not during the lunch hour, and you'll be fine. It's like any city. You're going to have your ups and downs with traffic. The other thing you're going to want to watch for, because we do have so many schools in Plantation, is the school zone hour. The school zones are 15 miles an hour, and they go for the entire perimeter of the school. So if you're thinking about leaving your house at a specific time, watch out for those school zones, because that can delay or add to your commute anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. So again, something to think about. But other than that, if you're not within the commute time and you are not going in the school zone, Plantation is designed to move the traffic throughout the city, and you'll be perfectly fine. Okay, so let's talk about hospitals and medical care. South Florida is well known for its medical care and the different types of hospitals and clinics that are available. So finding a doctor is not going to be a problem. But this is the scoop on Plantation. Plantation has one large hospital. It's called HCA, and it's a good hospital, but do your research, look it up, and make sure that this is something that is good for you. But in addition to HCA, we have a plethora of clinics. So regardless of your insurance program, you'll most likely find a clinic in one of the areas within Plantation that you can utilize for either checkups or quick visits, trauma, as far as maybe you need an x-ray or something like this, something small. If you need something bigger, we have HCA. If you want something different and you're looking for more of a Cleveland clinic, well, that's over in Weston, and that's about 30 minutes away. We also have the Memorial Baptist. That's over in Pembroke Pines, and that's about 30 minutes away. We have an east and west location. So there are other options outside of the HCA that is located inside of Weston. So again, you want to do your homework when it comes to your medical care. Okay, so lastly, I want to talk about what's my favorite, and that's the parks. As I mentioned, Northern California, love being outside. Well, the park system in Plantation is outstanding. It's the best that I've seen in South Florida. And the reason why is because the outdoor living in Plantation is so important. At the very west, you have Markham Park, 666 acres of fun. So you have so much to do there. There is the remote control airplanes, and they're big, right? You can go watch the gentlemen and the women fly the remote control airplanes. You have disc frisbee, you have boating, you have fishing, you have bicycle trails. There is even a mountain bike park within the park. And it has the easy, the medium, and the extreme mountain biking. So you can do that. There's a great dog park in there. So if you have a little four-legged friend you want to take out, take them to Markham Park into the dog park. It is exceptional. So again, 666 acres of fun. So it's a great way to spend a day, bring a picnic, and especially in the winter months, it's the best. You'll really enjoy it. And then there's Central Park. Central Park is a fun park. It's smack dab in the middle of Plantation, and it's a community park. You'll find tennis courts there, pickleball courts, basketball courts, bicycle riding trails, walking trails. At night, especially in the winter months, you're going to find the food trucks or music in the park, a farmer's market. It's a great place where people go to congregate, whether it's a daytime or nighttime. It's just a great park. Now, we do have other parks in the area. We have a lot of local parks where there is more of a tranquil finding, maybe a playground, maybe a fishing spot, lots of walking, lots of bicycles, lots of benches to reflect and just relax and enjoy what South Florida offers. And they're dispersed throughout Plantation. So you can't go far without finding a park. And you find different kinds of parks based on, whether you have kids, whether you're an adult, whether you're on a date, whether you want to, play some basketball, some baseball. There is so much to do. And again, you do not have to leave Plantation. So the only downside, though, is that there is no boating activities or beach activities or any of that. So if you're looking for fun in the sun, in the sand, in the water, you're going to have to go east. You're going to have to go to one of our more beautiful beaches, whether it's Dania Beach or Fort Lauderdale Beach. All of that is out there. Hollywood Beach with the famous boardwalk. You're going to go out that way. If you're looking for happy hour in conjunction, you're going to want to go east. That's what people do. We go east. If you're looking for, more of a club activity, you're going to want to go down to Wynwood. You want to go down to Miami Beach area. You want to go to the Design Center. You're going to want to go south. So, there is a lot to do outside of Plantation. But if you're looking for more of the neighborhood park kind of vibe, you're going to be fine. You want the water? You're just going to have to go maybe a half hour. But again, all doable. Well, I hope you enjoyed the pros and cons of living in Plantation. I'm sure you have a lot more questions. And if you do, go ahead, send me an email, drop me a text. I would love to hear from you. And remember, whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, it doesn't matter. Go ahead and book an appointment and let's make your move to Plantation or the Weston area a smooth move. Talk to you soon.